Hey there, Synth Drones. Today we're going to be talking about Roland TB-303 Day. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and this is my channel where I talk about synthesizers. Hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to keep up with all of my adventures. Join me over at patreon.com/Pure Ambient Drone so that you can support me over there as well. I would appreciate that. Well, Roland TB-303 Day. You would think that they would come out with an analog box called a TB-303 or something like that. No, you wouldn't. You would think that they would do exactly what they did, come out with another program. To say that I'm disappointed is not the right words because I didn't expect much from Roland. They have an opportunity here in the synth market to bring back analog gear that is so much desired, and they're missing the train, they're missing the boat, they're missing the point. Now, I've been talking a lot about Behringer on this channel, and rightfully so, because Behringer, they are listening to synth drones like you and I. Now, I don't want to get into a Roland bashing video because I believe that when Roland comes out with hardware gear, they really hit the mark. But I'm a hardware junkie, not a software junkie. And Roland used to be a hardware synthesizer company, used to be. And more I see them phasing into this synthesizer market of soft synths. And it's disappointing because I buy hardware for specific reasons. And one of the reasons I buy hardware is because of its hands-on accessibility. I enjoy running cables into a mixer and getting that analog vibe that you can only get from hardware running into analog gear. There's plenty of other reasons why I prefer hardware. I'm not saying hardware is better than software. I'm not going to get into that argument here. I think each has its own place. But what I will argue is a hardware synth company turning themselves into a software company. I can understand why they want to do it because I used to be a head engineer at a software company. I was a software developer myself. I understand that you have to make the product one time, okay? Especially in this digital world where everything is downloadable. You only have to spend all your resources in getting the product done and then doing updates as needed. And so software is extremely cost efficient. So I understand why Roland wants to do that, and they're taking advantage of the fact that they own the name branding of the synthesizers that they're recreating. I think the other reason is that they're trying to get everybody to join their software club, right? Pay a monthly fee, yearly fee. I don't know. I haven't checked it out, to be honest with you, because I have absolutely zero interest in paying a subscription fee for software. Zero interest, Roland. I don't want your software and I don't want your subscriptions. Sorry if that puts some people off, but I have a Roland synthesizer. It's called a Juno 106, and it was made in the 80s. And it's not software that I plug into my computer. It's hardware. And after all of these decades, I can turn it on and it still functions. And you know what? I own it. It's mine. It belongs to me. It's an asset. I can sell it if I don't want it anymore. I can sell it if I need money for something else. I can sell it if I don't, if I just don't like it anymore. I can keep it for another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I don't know. They break down. Sure. Hardware breaks down, but it's mine. I own it. And I think there's something special about owning a synthesizer. It's like the difference between borrowing your neighbor's car and it being yours. There's some good and there's some bad. I mean, if you're borrowing the car, then you don't have to pay all the expenses for the car. But there's always that day when you really need that car and your neighbor's using it. Maybe not the exact same thing that I'm talking about here, but like I said, disappointment is not the word that I would describe my feelings today, in the sense that I didn't expect them to do anything when they're developing their new software, and that's where they're wanting to go. I think that the System 8 proves to us where Roland wants to go, okay? In fact, if you look at all of their latest releases, you're going to find that they're all heavily software driven. I got the JDXA, and you can download patches right into the digital system and analog system that's implemented into the machine, and I think that was the best machine that they've come out with in years, and yet they fell short on I would say the workflow for the machine. Not exactly happy with some of the decisions that they made with that, but they did what they did. Roland hasn't come out with a great product that makes people say, I want to bust my wallet open, in a long time. And then when they do come out with something, their prices are quite inflated. The JDXA, I wanted for a long time to put it back into my studio after I foolishly sold it. But when I bought it the first time around, I bought it used for around $900. And when I saw that they were going for almost, what, $1,700, $1,800 after delivery, there's no way I was going to pull a trigger on that synthesizer. There was just no way that I was going to buy that one. It just wasn't going to happen for me. I just wasn't going to pay that kind of money. And I found it again at a local music store for about $900. And it was in perfect shape, so there it sits. I got it. The pricing structure of their software and their memberships and even their latest hardware that they've been coming out with is almost, to me, insulting. I love Roland products, especially classic Roland products. What I don't love is the direction that they're going in. Behringer has been listening to synth drones now for quite a while. Their DeepMind 12, if you haven't got one of those in your studio, may I suggest that you do so. Roland, may I suggest to you that you look at what Behringer has been doing the last couple of years and start copying them? Because everyone's beating up on Behringer about copying other synth companies. Maybe other synth companies should be copying Behringer, because they're on the right road, if you ask me. So here we are at TB-303 day, and once again we have software from Roland, who used to be the greatest innovator in hardware, synthesizers, and drum machines, in my opinion, in the world at one time. And they say that when someone imitates you or copies you, it's the greatest form of flattery, and I agree. So Behringer is doing exactly that. They are copying Roland, and they know what synth drones want better than Roland does. But I don't think that's really true. I think that Roland knows exactly what we want. And like some of the people that we all know about in our lives, everyone has a person like this in their life, Roland has decided to give us what they want to give us rather than what we want them to give us, if that makes any sense to you. Roland, we the customer are the boss. We dictate to the companies what we are going to spend our money on. The companies do not dictate to the synth drones what they will spend their money on. And I believe that when Behringer comes out with their line of synthesizers, they are going to rock the synth world and shock all of the other synth companies when they see synth drones coming out in droves to buy their hardware. These are just my thoughts, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Leave them in the comments below. I would appreciate that. Until next time, keep calm. I'm calm. I haven't had my caffeine yet today. Keep calm and synth on. I love all you guys.